I'm Josh Light with PoliticIt.com here in North Dakota with Eric Olson. He's a Libertarian candidate running for Congress. How you doing today, Eric?
Good.
So, Eric, tell me big differences between you and your competitors in this race.
Well, I see my competitors both as being essentially the same. We have two major parties in this country that ignore a lot of the issues that are important to a lot of people. I hear nothing from either the Democrats or the Republicans, either in my race or really in any others, opposing our militarism, our war. The drug war, ending the drug war, is more popular than candidates on either side in most races. The spending. We hear about cutting spending, but nobody is willing to cut specific spending. They all want to maintain theirs, whether it be specific programs or military or spending going to companies that they're tied in with or that they support. The military-industrial complex takes a huge amount of our money, and a lot of it's going to foreign companies. There simply does not appear to be a significant difference between the so-called right and left. To me, they seem very much like the same party, and what I'm offering is really a second choice.
And how has your experience prepared you for Congress?
Well, the House of Representatives is supposed to be a body that represents the general population, which I am. I'm not a politician. I've never held a political office before. I'm just a citizen who's interested in protecting our country and making sure that the population is actually represented and not just the corporations.
Eric, one of the things that you're concerned about in your campaign is the Federal Reserve. Why do you what are you concerned about with the Federal Reserve?
Well, they're printing money mainly. They're essentially reducing the value of all the money that's in our pockets, that's in our bank accounts, the money that's coming to us in our paychecks by printing more. Because we're spending vastly more money than we're taking in. At this point, our debt is now over 100% GDP. So their solution is to simply, well, in most cases, just add money in a computer because most of it's not actually printed anymore. And this is going directly to banks. A lot of it's foreign, going to bail out Europe or to spend on military expenses. And what isn't felt is that that's a tax. We don't see it on our tax return, but what ends up happening is that the taxpayers will eventually have to account for all of this. We'll be the ones that'll have to pay for these wars.
So how do we solve the deficit? How do we fix it?
Well, we have to stop spending the money. We simply have to stop spending money we don't have. And it's going to hurt for a while. We've got ourselves to a point where there's not going to be an easy, painless solution. But the sooner we do it, the better it's going to be. We simply have to cut. And what we should cut is pretty obvious. We should cut the military spending. We should cut occupation in foreign countries. We should not be giving public funds to private corporations, especially foreign corporations. And if we reduce our government to its original constitutional responsibilities, if our federal government did what it was supposed to and just what it was supposed to, we wouldn't be spending all this money.
Now, Eric, we looked at your online influence, your IT score. What are you doing to improve that?
Well, I have a presence on Facebook and do quite a bit through email and other online communications. It's really helpful to my campaign since I don't have the funding that the other candidates have. It's been fairly effective.
And how is your campaign going?
Well, pretty well. I've gotten a lot more influence than I thought I would. More media attention earlier. Recently, they've cut me out, haven't allowed me into any of the debates or forums lately. But all in all, it's going pretty good. I've been well received by people across the political spectrum, some from places I didn't even expect.
Where can people go to learn more about you?
You could go to my website, ericolson2012.com, as well as Facebook. It's facebook.com/Eric Olson for Congress.
Thanks, Eric.
You're welcome.